I don't understand. Are the ghost kids here now?
No, there's just one ghost here, and the Marionette. The Marionette is terrifying. Just a nightmare. True nightmare.
Unlike the traditional animatronics that feel mechanical and physical, the Marionette moves with this haunting, ethereal quality.
It was a whole new thing to figure out, both in terms of its design and its puppeteering. It was one of the most exciting elements about the sequel film, both in terms of story and design, I think. It was also very different than any of the other animatronics, so it was this whole new thing for us to really discover together.
Seeing the Marionette was really crazy, especially as a fan, because she's really tall and noodly. All the other animatronics, you know, they're like stiff, like
In its anonymity with how the face is very unanimated, it alone is creepy. And then you bring the elements of the story into play where it's able to possess and manipulate the heroes in a manner that changes both the marionette itself and the character that it's possessing.
All the other characters are supposed to be animatronics. You know, they're supposed to have servos and cylinders and metal inside of them. Whereas the marionette is more of an actual puppet, and that's how we made it.
What's unique as a character in this world that she sort of like, she floats. She really kind of operates, well, literally off the ground. So that was really exciting from a puppeteer point of view to approach performance that way.
The way the marionette is operated is it's different for each scene. We have one that's RC controlled, we have one that's cable controlled. The one that we mainly use is a rotted puppet, and it's just like your typical traditional puppet would be puppeteered on set. It's just a big foam puppet, and then there's 4, maybe sometimes 5 puppeteers that actually physically, you know, make the limbs move. Sometimes the limbs are attached to the actors. The marionette in particular utilizes pretty much every type of puppetry that there is.
We used a lot of rigging to hang the marionette up, but then you had to have a puppeteer below deck. You had 2 puppeteers on either side of the marionette, and then you had a rigging team that had to hoist the marionette, let it down. It required like 7 to 8 people at any given time to operate the marionette. It was an all-in effort.
no.
If you don't give me the command to release the perimeter lock, I will kill her.
My scene with the puppet was so cool, and all the possession stuff, and all the stunts, and all the flying around, and the makeup, and the wardrobe. Me being the big nerd and fan that I am, getting to look like this animatronic and walk around and like be all creepy and freaky was so crazy. And so were like the little puppet hands I got to wear. It was rad. It was like a weird little contraption that I'd like have to hook my fingers in, and then the tail end of my puppet hand would like move. And the fact that Emma let me sneak in one of the puppet's voice lines from the game.
I don't hate you, but you need to stay out of my way.
Ugh. Crazy.
Charlotte?
No, silly. It's me, Abby.
So being the Abbyette was really crazy. It was really fun embodying Charlotte, and I actually got to talk to the actor who plays Charlotte, and she gave me some like insight into what she thinks Charlotte's thought process is, and her thought process to become Charlotte. I'm thinking painful thoughts.
When Piper is in her Abbyette mode, it is a sight to behold. She goes all in. She stays in character. She just wants to scare the hell out of everyone and is intense and intimidating and embracing that side of her.
When I was in the Abbyette headspace, I wouldn't get out of it. So I'd go back to my chair and I'm just like,
You know, Vanessa, I've always wondered, what exactly goes on inside of your head?
The Abbyette does this evil laugh that I just did on the spot for fun, and they loved it.
She was actually continuing to have this maniacal laugh offset. So as she was prepping and getting into character in the makeup trailer and getting her hair done and getting dressed, this crazy laugh was happening throughout the whole time. So it had everyone on edge and feeling so creeped out in the best possible way.
You really think I'd forget the first rule of hide and seek? Always check behind the door.
Piper playing the Abbyette was a huge process for us, for sure. You know, it was all about getting the colors down right, the placement of everything, and making it to where it was more creepy instead of playful, or making sure the eyes looked sad. Because, you know, Charlotte possesses her, and the whole time Charlotte's very full of emotions. We do this one scene where she has these tears running down her face. So when we were creating that with Piper, we had to make sure that everything was also very sad feeling. The placement of her eyes, the placement of her smile, things like that.
My favorite costume that Piper wears is her final costume, which is this beautiful striped sweater. Because as I was designing this outfit, I knew that she was going to transition into the Abbyette. We didn't know what that transition was going to be, so I wanted to go with something striped because I thought it could add into the transition, and then I got with visual effects, and they picked up the baton from me, and then they designed the Abbyette, and so we got to create the Abbyette together.
Well, I get possessed by the Marionette, sadly. Vanessa has really lost everything. For me, it was very heartbreaking to have that kind of evil energy and feeling is terrifying.
Henson Creature Shop did an amazing job of bringing her to life. I'm very excited for everyone to see the Marionette.